New blood, here, now. An operation I hate.
Let's begin the procedure. As I explained before, we expect there to be large amounts of hemorrhaging inside his body cavity. Be aware of the patient's vitals at all times during the operation. Okay, please open him up. As we expected, the hemorrhaging is quite severe. First, let's drain this blood and assess the situation. The patient's undergoing cardiac arrest.
We have a pulse. But in this condition, he won't last very long if we continue.
You're right. We should wait until he's recovered a bit before we begin the main procedure. Let's treat the bleeding and the less severe injuries to control the damage. We'll also seal the injuries to the liver with synthetic membranes to keep it from getting worse.
Okay.
So you actually don't need to worry much about vitals because they'll be tanking every few seconds anyway.
This injury appears to be causing the severe hemorrhaging. Let's seal it. There's an irregularity on EKG. Doctor, please be careful. His heart is fibrillating. The patient's undergoing cardiac arrest. Use the we have a pulse. Please keep an eye.
I hate this operation because getting this big middle wound is very difficult. It can be done even with Valerie, even without Marcus. It's much easier to do with Marcus. But I am going to try doing it with Valerie, and you'll see how that goes.
He's undergoing cardiac arrest. Use the defibrillators. We have a pulse. Continue the operation.
Actually, essentially what we have here is a burn that requires 8 patches instead of 4. And they're a little bit hard to place. And you have even less time before they start bleeding again. Ugh. No particular reason to use Valerie's healing touch, I just am. You just need to do the whole thing perfectly. Like, I got a miss there, that's going to cause me to be unable to complete it. You need to just whip your wrist back and forth and get it perfectly every time. And, you know, I'll get it after so many tries. I was kind of mashing buttons, so all of that got skipped. She just tells you to gel them. I'm not certain if they can start bleeding in between the time when you place them and the time when you gel them, but I frankly am not willing to find out.
Please close him up. Let's wait for the patient's condition to improve before we continue treating him. Great work, everyone.
So, to sum up, I hate that one. The next one is pretty much the same thing, but it's Marcus's turn, so it'll be a little easier. Well, until then.